Hi, I'm Matt Stebbins. I'm a senior here at Xavier. I'm a sports management major, and I'm from Sturbridge, Massachusetts. I'm going to have to go with the Sweet 16 being one of those, but also the UC games. That's kind of an unforgettable experience. Last year was my first experience, like the other 2 years when I was at US Bank, I was only there for one of them. So last year was kind of a big year because it was on campus. That was like kind of an unforgettable moment. But definitely the Sweet 16, it's kind of like your whole season's coming to an end, and it's like, you know, everything you've done kind of paying off right in front of your eyes. It's like we've all worked so hard to get where we are, and it's like that's just it's something I'll remember for the rest of my life, to be honest. I think winning is the biggest thing. Like getting so far in the tournament or getting to wherever you end at the end of the season, it's like, you know, you look back and you just go, I did all of that work, all the long hours, all of the traveling, everything like that. It's like I did all of that, and it's like you really kind of pat yourself on the back and go, everything that I did was so rewarding. But honestly, I think getting to the Sweet 16 or getting to the tournament, it's like those are the really rewarding things, and I don't know, but you know, getting far in the tournament, I mean, last year is the best example, but getting far in the tournament, it's like everybody is one. Like, that's honestly how I feel. Like, everybody felt like everybody's brother in a way. And so, like, after we ended up losing, it was like everybody's like, you did great, you did great, you did great, and everybody's just like, it's honestly the best. But that part of like having a whole group, and it's like, that's how you know, like, this is so rewarding. So basically when I started doing this in prep school, being a manager, I kind of like got a little idea of what's going on. Then when I got here, I was like, okay, it kind of like this is the big leagues, but I think that ultimately the impact that it's left on me is that it's made me a hard worker. It's given me a work ethic because our schedule is so by the books that it's like you gotta be able to put school, basketball, travel. I mean, there's so many things that it's made me a very like schedule organized person, and that I think will bring me so many years in the future that I will look back on this and go, if there's anything to get out of this, it made me a better worker and a more organized schedule person, which is what you need in the real world, I think, personally. So I've heard a few stories about managers. Personally, I want to go into like a business side of sports, so like working for somebody like Under Armour or something like that, and Under Armour, Nike, some business / equipment type thing. And basically there's been a manager that's actually done that path. So Mario, one of our staff members, he's kind of shown me that way, and I look at that as like, you know, managers can do basically anything. Like, I mean, if you want to be in sports, being a manager is the best thing. So I've kind of watched his Brad Gaskell is the guy. He used to be a manager here, and I've kind of watched gone through his journey to where he is now. He works for Under Armour now, and I kind of look at that as a path as what I want to be, and it's kind of like a, you know, a brotherhood for life, but I don't know him, if that makes sense. Like, it's kind of like I look up to you, but I don't know you. So it's definitely cool to look at that and see where managers go, but for me, I like seeing that because that's something that I want to get into. So this is kind of one that I've been a part of personally, but before every single game, and this has kind of just been since last year and this year, but every time before a game, I give Coach Steele 3 pieces of Trident. Actually, I'll pull it out right now. I still have it in my pocket. It's 3 pieces of Trident tropical twist right here. I give him 3 pieces before every single game, and I don't know why it happened. It's just all of a sudden he's like, hey, you got gum? Hey, let's do this kind. 3 pieces every time. I have no clue the 3-piece part, but that's just one of those things I've been a part of for the past 2 years. But so this is the Shark. This is the #1 tool for a manager when it comes to what the players are wearing. So we use the Shark to steam the players' jerseys, warm-ups, and anything that they're wearing. As I said, like wrinkle-free is the biggest thing. We're on TV all the time. It's like we got to make sure those guys are looking crisp. Other laundry things, everything that we do is on cold delicates. That is the biggest thing I've learned. And also when it comes to drying, these things are very delicate that we have to dry them barely any, so that they don't get wrinkled, number one, and two, that they don't get burned or anything. Actually, funny story here, actually. So one of our former managers put like loops or something, so things that anything could get burned. Put them in the dryer on high. Put them on for 30 minutes maybe. Completely burned, ruined every single one of them. Completely ruined. So that is what we want to get away from. So we really try to are very tight with our laundry rules here. Definitely for all the guys coming up as managers, like, find your niche in this program. Like, there's so many opportunities that you should be every year figuring out what you want to do and really finding your niche so that you can get to your goal. And as always, I always preach this with everything, is like, work hard, go the extra mile, give 150%. Like, you never know when your next employer or somebody might be in the building. It's just always be 100%, and it'll definitely pay off in the long run.